Okay, confirmation, I guess, to start this with. Hello. Oh my goodness. Wow, what a day. I hope you're doing well. We're doing Scorpio. We're going to do Scorpio, and hello. If you are new, welcome. I read tarot. It helps me get closer to myself. It helps me get closer to you. It helps me get closer to understanding myself and understanding the world around me, understanding the people around me, and understanding what I need to be on the lookout for in regards to just life in general. It kind of helps me manage my energy. It helps me manage my life. It helps me understand what is going on so I'm not missing things. I have a tendency to sometimes just like miss things in my life that I'm not paying attention to, and sometimes it's just my way to sit down with myself and kind of check in with myself. But we're doing Scorpio, so if you're interested in that, sometimes it resonates for other people. Okay, who you are. We're looking at you and somebody else in your life. So you and like the closest person to you, or you and the person that's on your mind. We're going to be starting with your perspective of the situation and them and of yourself. And then we're going to be doing the same from another person's perspective. That's annoying. Scorpio. Whoa. Scorpio, what the fuck? Okay, so what we looked at was who you are, how you perceive yourself. Let me sit up straight so my chubby tummy's not. How you perceive yourself, how you perceive the person that we're going to be inquiring about, the connection, the ideal outcome, and then the most likely or probable outcome. Okay. So. Bear with me. Hang tight. The person on your mind that is coming through as this Page of Swords reversed, who are they in their own perspective? Like, how do they view themselves? How do they view you? They love you. The levels. The connection. The Six of Wands. The ideal outcome. The Nine of Cups. And a probable outcome. The World. Justice, Knight of Cups, Eight of Swords reversed. Well, Scorpio, like, from your perspective, it's seeming to be a little bit negative. Right? You could be feeling like there's a lack of, like, you could be feeling really ready to, like, jump in with someone, but you're afraid of how do I say this? This person wants it all with you. This person loves you. This person wants to be successful with you. they can really talk a big game. They can talk a really, really big game. They can really paint a picture of success and of happily ever after even with you. But, you know, Scorpio, you might be seeing things kind of like, let me put these cards down because that's super annoying, sorry. You could be definitely seeing things let's start with the keywords, okay? So coming out for who you are is the Seven of Cups in reverse. And now that can talk about opportunities, choices, illusions in the upright, overwhelm, confusion, or even deception, possibly illusion, temptation. But in the reverse, it talks about letting go of regret, motivation, end of stagnation, enthusiasm, being proactive, interest, and focus. Well, I'm glad that you're interested. I'm glad that you're focused. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Who they are is the Page of Swords in reverse. That can be somebody really like uninterested in learning things. Like this person could be kind of like, how do I say it? It says all talk and no action. Haphazard action, haste, self-pity, victim mentality, denial, or avoidance. The connection is the Nine of Cups in reverse. And the keywords for that is overindulgence, drunkenness, partying, materialism, dissatisfaction, greed, self-expression, or alone time. I know it's kind of more of like a Pisces thing a little bit, to be kind of like seclude yourself or like kind of like really cherish your alone time, but it's coming through. The ideal outcome is the Death in reverse. I don't necessarily feel like you want something to change, but I feel like you might need your alone time or something. Somebody could be really needing alone time. The Six of Swords is how this person is perceiving themselves. I feel like if there was anything emotionally turbulent or like something that was just kind of like uncomfortable or not necessarily the most fun thing to go through, whether it was like a uncomfortable conversation you had to have with someone, tell them like you needed space a little bit. This person loves you so much because we have the Lovers is how they see you. They see you as their lover. They see you as their soulmate. They're seeing you as someone that they absolutely adore, somebody that they, that makes them feel successful, that makes them feel wealthy, that makes them feel beautiful, and they love the way they look. They love looking at you and seeing you as their reflection. When they look at themselves, or like when they're looking at you and you're having a conversation with them, they like that you're the person that's reflecting who they are back to them. The ideal outcome for them is the Nine of Cups. I don't think that this person will necessarily like care, or I feel like they would want to kind of invite you. It talks about joy and celebration, harmony, love, satisfaction, romantic invitation. We end the person that you're dealing with, or from the person that you were inquiring about that you feel like is all talk and no action, with the World card. And that's kind of a card of closing. It's a card of success. It's a card of like a next, like you're ending one chapter and you're starting a new one, or you're ending one book and you're moving to the sequel. You could maybe feel like you're watching something from the outside, like you're on the outside looking in. When this person like says that they need their alone time, it could be like literally you feeling like you're watching from the outside, like you're not necessarily a part of something, but you are watching it like go down. I gotta pull an angel out. God hearing lamentations, the Three of Pentacles, mental force, and protects against sorrows and illness. Your most likely or probable outcome is the Empress card. So, you know, that's a really... Whoa! Fuck around and find out. Maybe I should read some of this book. I'm going to. That was crazy. This is the Book of the Horned One. We ended off at the Leaping Deer, or the Heart Center. Image. A beautiful and powerful deer or stag, or an antler-headed goddess, often associated with hunting or the chase. This image appears in numerous cultures, from the Greek action to the Celtic hern or the Ceranos. This aspect of Pan is widespread and manifests the windy movement aspects of Pan magic and the uniting of all the aeonic currents through the nameless current of magic. The deer mask is Pan, of a shamanic sky realm, the sky god who rides the clouds in the wild hunt. Hern, the leaping white hart. The well-known god Ceranos is the lord of the center as well, as an antelope. This mask personifies so many other gods or goddesses, including gods in Egypt like Set. Another powerful aspect of the primal nameless, whose energies are often identified with Panphage or Chaos, a darker aspect of Pan. As such, the antelope aspect of Set was identified with the moon and stars, which leads us to another god associated with the primal form of a horned Mesopotamian god of creation. Vayu, the Ahriman of the Aryan god of winds, later associated with Indra, rode in the heavens upon the antelope or stag, as did Horus. It is fascinating to the heavens upon an antelope or stag. It is fascinating to see the horned antelope or stag associated with both Set and Horus. This reveals much of the universality of the eruptions of the Pan current across the whole spectrum of the mythic world. Another fascinating stag mask manifestation is that of the god Soma, the Hindu god associated with the moon, but also personification of the bliss, intoxication, and shamanic entheogenic botanical work. On another Hindu note, stags are associated with the heavens, and what Westerners call Capricorn, the goat, is the Hindu constellation of the stag. Also, it is Rudra, Shiva, who is slaying the stag, a primal creator god, Prajapati, who is lusting after his daughter, Dawn. And the slayer of Prajapati, the stag, is now associated with Sirius, the dog star. In Tibet, surrounding areas of the Donpo deer god is powerful god sorcerers of the deer dance. It is still performed to drive away evil spirits in Buddhism. The stag deer has continued to be a key symbol often shown on either side of the wheel of karma. The male deer symbolizes the realization of great bliss, while the female deer symbolizes the realization of emptiness. Bliss and emptiness, space and movement are all key elements to this primal mask. Across the planet, we find the stag-headed god, the codex, the Fejirvari Mayor, an unnamed Mayan god who is shown with the head of a deer. And I myself have a mask I bought in the highlands of Guatemala that is a deer used in the pre-Spanish dance of the deer, which our guide described as the ancient Mayan dance done in the spring for healing and blessing, especially for hunters. Dionysus himself is an aspect of Pan in so many ways. He has one of his sacred aspects an antelope, and as well as that of a bull, and sometimes he wore a fawn skin as a garment. Dionysus also has strong links to Shiva. In China, all over Asia, the stag is a powerful aspect of this current. It is interesting that human sacrifices to Dionysus were dressed as deer before being slain, and this may have been a pattern in prehistoric Greece as well. Considering the Actaeon myth, where the hunter was turned into a deer by Artemis before being slain by her after her dogs ran him to the ground. Keep in mind that Pan was a reported lover of Artemis and raised her hunting dogs for her. We have an interesting mythic link. It is also interesting to see that China, the most powerful dragon spirit, was shown with stag horns, thus identifying it with this mask. This dragon power being the symbol of Yang, or the heavens, the breath of the nameless current. The stag god as one of the 5 elemental masks of the pan current, is the focus of the primal powers of air, thus the nodes of manifestation of the nameless magics in the realm of concrete manifestation that focuses on movement, the heavens, sky energies, the wild hunt, the storm's swiftness, communication, thought to be so are manifested via the mask of the stag god or goddess, and such are sometimes assigned with the direction of the east. Okay. We'll continue again later. Just wanted to read that. We have love. We have magic. We have success. And we have rejection. You could be rejecting this person, Scorpio. You could reject it. Do I think you should reject it? No. I think you're just afraid of this person being full of shit. That's what I do. That's what I think with that Page of Swords reversed. I think you're afraid that this person's completely full of shit. Is a crock full of fucking bullshit. That's what I think you think. And I think you're not looking for bullshit right now. We have perseverance. We have instinct. We have wisdom. We have service, and we have release. The show must go on. The show must go on. And you know that. It's not quitting time yet. You better get yourself together and get your ass into where you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Alright, we're gonna grab. We have Moon in Gemini, the promise of unending love, deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Know you are loved, New Moon in Libra, empathy with Mercury, open up to change, see the bigger picture. Open up to change is New Moon in Aquarius, Full Moon in Sagittarius, see the bigger picture. The Muse, living in my dreams in reverse, confidence is your key to success, New Moon in Leo and Full Moon in Virgo, you are good enough, so... Looks like a win to me. I love you. I must go now. I love you. I see you as love. I know you're capable of love. I know you're capable of the world. I know that you're capable of having complete and total emotional fulfillment, so don't forget that, okay? Final card, the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Cups in reverse. I love you so much. Goodbye.